I'm a huge reaction fan myself. That's why I do this, right? There's two impulses. The first was I used to do reactions with my dad before YouTube even existed. I started back in the 90s. We'd watch stuff with dad, exactly what I do with you, make jokes, pause, talk about it. We would talk about the show before it aired. We would talk about the show when the episode was ended. Everything I do here, I used to do with dad. So that's my reaction roots tied back to the 90s before YouTube existed, right? I think I don't know this for certain, but I think reactions started with YouTube. I don't think they existed before YouTube. It's not like riff in movies like riff tracks and MST3K started before YouTube. Now people do that, right? But like, I don't think there was any origins of reaction channels before YouTube. So I think feel pretty confident saying 2006 is when that started, right? So, but there's that. But the other part of it was I was a huge reaction channel fan for years before I got the idea to do it myself. So I love it. I'm a fan first. I think some of these channels get a little corporate, and maybe they do it just because they want to, I don't know, they want to have a YouTube channel, and so they decided this was the easiest way to do it. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody, but some people just don't. I get the idea they don't watch reactions. Like they do reactions, but they don't watch them. And to me, that's weird because it's like it'd be like being a writer, but not liking reading books. I've met people like this. I've met filmmakers who don't like watching movies. And I won't work with a filmmaker who doesn't like watching movies. Because if you're not a fan of the product you're putting out, you're of no use to me because you're literally just trying to cash in. Again, I'm not making judgments to other channels. I don't really do that, right? But that's just what I believe in general. That I wouldn't read a book from somebody who was not a fan of reading, who didn't consume as many books as possible. And I wouldn't watch a TV show made by a guy who hates TV and never watches TV. And I wouldn't watch a film or work with somebody to make a film with somebody who didn't enjoy watching films and watch as many films as he possibly could, right? So, likewise, I don't enjoy the reaction channels where, like, clearly they don't watch reactions. So, but my point in all this is, what I'm a fan of, most of all, are Game of Thrones reactions, Lost reactions, Once Upon a Time reactions, Buffy and Angel reactions, and Vampire Diaries. What's interesting is a couple of those Vampire Diaries and Game of Thrones, they really fell off at the end, right? The other shows, they were consistent throughout. But man, I stopped watching Game of Thrones reactions after episode 3 of season 8, And I stopped watching Vampire Diaries reactions about, once they get into season 6, I'm done, right? Because the show sucks after that. And Once Upon a Time, I only watched the first 2 seasons of reactions. Because man, that show fell off a cliff. Bad. But I love watching reactions to the first season. So I started thinking about that because just now I finished watching a reaction to episode 4 of season 7 of Game of Thrones. The one where Daenerys comes in and just stomps out the Lannister army. It's one of my favorite episodes to watch reactions to. It's always great. There's always great reactions. And it made me think, well, why do I like reactions to Game of Thrones when it ended so poorly, right? I don't finish watching the series with people. And I would never rewatch the series myself. I will never rewatch Game of Thrones again because it ended so badly. But I love watching reactions, and the reason is there's so many big moments. That is a show of big moments. You have that. You have Hard Home. You have The Door. You have the Red Wedding, and you have the Purple Wedding, and there's so many great moments. And even in season 1 and season 2 of Game of Thrones, there's those episodes that just have these awesome moments, and you love seeing people watch that stuff. You love seeing people experience that. You love seeing people experience Game of Thrones before they realize how bad it gets, right? So that's the thing, right? It's the big moments. And where this all ties into One Piece is One Piece. Now, I can't speak to how the One Piece is going to end. Maybe they'll fall off a cliff. Maybe it sucks. Maybe the last 400 episodes suck ass. I don't know. I haven't been told that. And I think some of these people watching Game of Thrones have been told it ends badly. It's a Primate definitely admitted he had heard that it ended badly, and he didn't care, until he got to that point. I haven't heard that, but my thing is, this is a show that has consistently good quality, consistently good characterization. The writing makes sense, and they have the big moments. There are big moments. Last episode was one of those big moments. I don't watch anime reactions because I don't like to shit too close to where I eat, essentially. I know it's a gross metaphor, but essentially. That's why I don't, I like to separate. I don't like my food touching each other on a plate, metaphorically, creatively. So I feel like if I was watching anime reactions, like say I've already seen Attack on Titan, if I was watching Attack on Titan reactions, they could reference other anime, and I could end up getting spoiled, or just even just their thoughts on themes and stuff could end up influencing my thoughts on anime. So I don't watch anime reactions. But if I did, last episode would be one of my favorite episodes to watch reactions to. Big moments, right? Big moments. This show has had so many big moments, had so many awesome moments. You know, in the other anime, like Naruto, when showed up and rescued the kid at the bridge, like very early on, I was like, that was very emotional to me. I was like, wow, I was not expecting Naruto to show up there. I was not expecting. He came just at the last moment to rescue a kid. I was like, wow, that was such a big moment. This show's had so many big moments. You know, and so I think this would be the perfect show to watch reactions to, which is why I think people like watching reactions to it. And my thing is though, I think people probably the numbers reflect this. The numbers go up and down. Like there's no consistent amount of views for my episodes. Sometimes it's a little discouraging when I hit a rough patch. And for a couple weeks, there's only a few people watching. Right, it gets discouraging. So I don't think this is the kind of show where I don't think there's gonna be a single human being out there who watches my reaction to every single episode. This is episode 415. I seriously doubt there's anybody out there who's watched all 415 reactions. Now maybe there is. Feel free to comment. But you've skipped at least one filler episode. You skipped something. Now, I do say 415. Now, we have to admit that we skipped. Together, we skipped those clip shows. There was 4 to 6 clip shows. So, take those out. Like, we'll forget that never happened. So, my number is not going to be completely accurate. I don't remember whether it's 4 or 6. But we skipped them because they were just absolute garbage. But otherwise, taking those out of consideration, I don't think there's anybody who's watched all of them. So it's an interesting experience in that, like, this is a show for the big moments. This is what makes the show fun. You have the everyday grind. It almost feels like real life in a way. Like, you know, some days are just a grind. You're like, you get up, you go to work, you come home, you're really tired, you go to sleep. That was a shit day. Nobody would watch a reaction to that day, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to watch a reaction to that day. It's a shit day. But it's a necessary day to get you to Friday where you get paid and then you can have fun on Friday and Saturday, right? This show is kind of like that. You have to grind. You have to grind through the slow patches because that takes you to something really good, and it invariably takes you to something good. People will do this with entire arcs. Some people skip entire arcs because they don't like that arc, but it takes you to a place where there's a better arc. Maybe you didn't like Dardy Island, whatever, Bubble Island. Maybe you didn't like that arc, but you love this arc. If so, that arc was necessary to get you to this arc, right? But unlike life, you can skip. And, you know, and I don't begrudge anybody who skips any of this stuff. When I watch Buffy reactions, I don't watch all the Buffy reactions. I start with the 3rd episode of season 2. That's the very first reaction of anybody's Buffy reaction I watch. I may go back, if I really like them, I'll go back and watch a couple episodes from season 1 later. But I want to see how they do with episode 3 of season 2 first. I start Lost with the 4th episode of the series. If they don't nail that one, I don't get to keep watching. If they nail it, maybe I'll go back and look at the pilot. Typically, I don't. So, I pick and choose as well. I think everybody does. But, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that this show, unlike Game of Thrones, it nails the Game of Thrones thing of the big moments, the things we love watching and rewatching. I'm sure there's some episodes you rewatched a dozen times. It's a show of big moments, but it also nails what's in between. Maybe you skip some stuff, but so far, other than some particular filler episodes, just some of the filler episodes I would rewatch, there's probably less than 30 episodes of this entire series I've watched so far that I would just never rewatch again. Less than 30. That's remarkable for considering how many episodes to this point has transpired. So I just want to take a moment, you know, at the end of the week. I know this is going to be a long episode simply because I'm also going to be doing a character corner at the end of this. But I just want to take this moment and just reflect that. You know, just say that I just think it's the perfect show to watch reactions to. And maybe someday when I've watched enough anime, I can go and start watching reactions. I tell you, the last episode would be one I definitely want to see a reaction to. Alright, here we go. Episode 415. We're going on 1. 3, 2, 1. Separated from his friends. Spin off ass. She got wrecked. Also, what I was talking about with the faces, her voiceover when she was on fire was wonderful. Like, these voiceover actors are so goddamn good. Guess we're going to take a meeting indoors. No? More of a montage situation. She's depressed. What's up? She's depressed as well. Well, first order of business, you unstatufy those 3 victims. Everybody's cool? I'll get off your back. I like her earrings. Very on message. You should be sorry. Embarrassing. Now, unstatufy him. Do I have to kick your ass next? Just release him. That's what I thought, bitch. Oh, I thought the smoke from her mouth was the unstatufy him. Yeah, I don't want to get my ass kicked. Look at it. Quit patting her ass. Let me bring the other 2 up here. I wonder if she can't do that. You heard me. They were trying to defend me the way I defended you. Release them. So she can do it, okay. She won't, though, but she can. How about if I beat the shit out of you until you release them? Shit. Oh, god damn. You're giving him this choice. He's going to say revert him, of course. That's who he is. Shit. She thinks he's selfish, right? Look at him. Look how smug they are. She's a miserable ass. You know. Yeah, it's a test. Release him. That's what I thought. God damn it. Release him. Consider yourself pwned. He truly is the best, man. He wasn't even hesitating. This is my favorite Luffy story arc ever, man. He is just incredible. Even more than I thought he was. That's right, release him. Make it happen. You need to drag the other 2 up here, though. You should have already done that. Look how happy he is. Blondie's going to end up joining this crew. I'm convinced of it. He's accumulating a new crew, just like I was talking about. That's right. They're all waiting outside for news. Look at that psycho on the left. She is terrified. Nope, they're going to come walking out of here in a minute. Yep, here comes the door. Here they come. That's what Sweet Pea and Alfounder are the other 2. Fantastic. I don't know. I don't remember that happening. Quit being hateful. Yeah, they don't remember. Yeah. I like the giant. She's so innocent, man. She's so innocent and naive. Yeah, he was really happy. Good shit. I really thought you were going to get shattered. They really are sorry, you asshole. Good shit. Go away and sin no more. Luffy's just so pure heart, man. I just love it so much. That's why he's my favorite character of all time. In any medium. Jack, can't remember his last name. Jack from Lost is my second favorite. Jack Shepard, Jesus. Yeah. How dare they? Jack Shepard has been my favorite character, but Luffy by a mile. Way up ahead of him now. Is there a meal after battle? I'm hungry. Yeah. She was talking to her sister, wasn't she? Or was she talking to Luffy? It's hard to tell. She turned to her sister. Yeah, you were ashamed. Yeah. Man. I don't think there's food in here. Oh, he's so disappointed. What, she wants to smash? She wants to smash. No, 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 we're not doing that. Or maybe she just wants to show him her back again. Let's see it. What is it? Okay. Yeah, I already saw it. He saw it, so why is she being so dramatic? He already saw it. Is it the One Piece? I've never seen that before in my life. Where has he seen it? If he's seen it, I've seen it, right? Yeah, I'm the same way. I've never seen that before in my life, ever. Not a single time. Huh. Look at him. Where is it? Shit. Well, that recently? Oh, I see. That wasn't anything like the same mark. It's the same color. Yeah, he is pretty tolerant. You've been cussed out in grandma. Why don't you mind your own business, old woman? That's right, I'll turn on a dime. She read about you in the newspaper. We get the news every now and then. He causes trouble wherever he goes, a crazy bastard. Near the center. See, that sounds really far away. That's right. Knocked him the F out. He's a crazy bastard. That's right. Sometimes you got to educate. I did that. This proves the story, by the way. That's way too far to travel by boat, right? He's really far away. Shit. Other side of the world, probably. He is awesome, is who he is. F him. He was a jerk. He's all about the friends, man. You're goddamn right. Did one of them do that to her? Is that what that is? Yeah, that's what she's got beef against. Okay. I have a feeling they're going to travel together. Maybe, maybe she wants to go demonstrate against them. Shit. got her wrecked, man. It's been a roller coaster for her. Excellent. Can we do that over dinner? Oh, I see. She's been marked. Okay. So this is thematically relevant to the previous story arc. Hey, thank you, snakes. Or one snake, I guess. That's two sides of one snake. Shit. Just like they feel about the fishmen. Hate those guys. You got them crying, man. Shit. Wow. Again, the showrunners are so good, man. They know what they're doing. They know when to not put the music in there, man. Both sides. They didn't put the music. Sometimes they'll come back with the jaunty little song, right? No, both sides this time. You know, they know this is serious subject matter. Look at them, all tiny. So we were already all about the snake life, though. So small. So you were a miserable bitch even back then, huh? Are you eating snake? That looks like snake meat. Like, that's so disturbing that the snakes are your servants, but also your food. Just shouldn't be that way, man. They got snatched. Shit. Sold on the market, auctioned off. Assholes. Branded. Yep. They showed this in brief flashbacks before. I didn't realize it was a brand. Damn, her sister's got a big head. I'm not trying to be hateful, but damn, man. Green hair, she's got a really big head. F them. I'd smack him again, too. Shit. Yeah, I'm not trying to hear all this shit, man. He is all of us. How'd they get away, I wonder? For only 4 years. Shit. I wonder if his father did something. Broke some people out. I bet it's his father. Dragon. Who was it? It's Dragon, isn't it? Oh, no. They're just setting up the next story arc. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. We'll be seeing him later. Unless he died in the fight. Y'all can get out of here. Hell yeah, look at that giant leaving. He's out of here. Yeah. They got their powers later, I imagine. Burn it to the ground back there. I see it. That's him, huh? Big boy. Good shit. I guess hockey or whatever was one of them. So they cover it up. Good shit. Oh, I see. That's why Luffy said it's similar. It didn't look similar to me at all, other than the color of it, and I guess maybe the size. Gotcha. Right. Right. Clearly, right? Oh, maybe the new ones took on the. Right. Right. So some of the ones who weren't slaves would put the mark on themselves just to be, included. Oh, okay. He's dead. Shit. Arlong was one of them. Gotcha. They became assholes. Yeah, he's got it covered because the Celestials would know what it was. That's why he covered it up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That makes sense. Gotcha. So they had powers and they escaped. Okay. Until then. Yep, they would have had to leave. Now you owe him a debt of gratitude. Maybe I don't understand why she wants to keep it secret, but that's her choice. You know, I don't think she should, but that's her choice. It's not my choice. It'd probably be better if she could just share it with them, though. Let everybody know. It would make her feel vulnerable, I guess. Damn, I hate her guts, but she's actually making me emotional, man. Killing me. See, there's so much nuance with everybody. There's very few cardboard people in this show, good or bad. Particularly bad. A lot of shows just don't. They have cardboard villains, right? She's into it. Quit staying on top of a snake. Do these snakes that serve you right now know that you also eat snakes? It's very troubling. She had to shut her emotions off. I'll kick your ass. I can still fight. Did she bring him back or something? That's right. Put some respect in my name. Don't make me cuss you out. Spit in your face, apparently. Come on, say it, don't spray it. We got us another monster granny here. Hilarious. So what's it going to be? Man, you don't give a shit about that. That wasn't a choice you made. I would look down on choices people make. That's not a choice. If something's done to you, that don't mean shit. They're showing breath coming out of people's mouths all of a sudden. They've never done that for 400 episodes. I'm going to kick their asses. It's about goddamn time. This is good shit, man. Look at this. Let's go kick their asses. Maybe we'll accumulate the crew along the way. What do you say? Okay, now if I was to guess, wow, that got me emotional. Show's been killing me lately, man. If I was to guess, I would say that we're going to leave him here and go to the next person. But I would not be surprised if we just stick with Luffy because it's Luffy's show. I know we can have entire episodes he doesn't show up in, but it's still his show. It's his point of view. I would not be surprised if we don't encounter the rest of the crew until he does. That would not surprise me. But if I was the showrunner, and again, the showrunners can only go with what the manga did. If I was a manga writer, I guess, like not that I could ever approach that level of genius. I'm not saying I could. If if I was a manga writer, what I would do is this would be a natural stopping point for his story and go to the next person's story. Probably pick up on Zoro, then pick up on Nami and then Chopper. Maybe you don't have to do all of them. Like, I don't know that we necessarily need to see what Frankie's doing by himself or Chopper. The ones that I care about what they're doing, I like them all, but I'm saying the ones I care about what they're doing would be Usopp, Nami, Zoro, and Robin. Not even Chopper, really, even though I love him. Because those are the ones that have the most agency and the most initiative and to do things that it'd be interesting to see what they do and how they handle being by themselves. The rest of them I don't think would be very interesting by themselves. So they're more the side dishes, I guess, now as I say this. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it more on Monday. But before that, we got the character corner. Alrighty, here we go with the character corner. First, we're starting off with the new warlord we learned about, Hancock. Okay, so here's the thing. Friendship, I guess, would include sibling relationships. She has a very strong... See, she's shitty... Well, friendship wouldn't really consider... Like, a captain is not really friends with their crew, or they shouldn't be, right? Like, I know Luffy clearly is friends with his crew, but, like, I come from a Navy background. My dad was in the Navy. Your captain can't be friends with the crew. So, you can't really... She's a leader. You can't really be friends with your populace. But if she was, she would be shitty in that category. But that's more like trustworthiness and loyalty. Loyalty goes both ways. I'm just talking about friendship. The people she's friends with, she is fiercely loyal to. So, her sisters. As far as we know, that's it, right? Like, I think she'll be loyal to... she'll be... Well, again, loyal is a different word, right? I really wish I'd made this one category, but there is nuance between these two things. You can be friends with somebody and not be loyal to them, right? Like, this just means how important are your friends to you. So, her sisters are incredibly important to her. I think Luffy will come to be important to her. So, I think she scores high here. So, we'll put it at a 12. That's high. That's not bad. Out of 18, that's 2/3 of the way to the finish line, right? So, that's not bad. Fighting, I think if she actually fought somebody, she's big. But if she actually fought somebody, I mean, who knows? Physically, I don't know that she's all that. She was a pirate, which I assume you have to have fighting, but she was a pirate before she got captured. So you had to have fighting abilities. The Amazons do have fighting abilities, all of them. They have a basic, intrinsic level of fighting abilities. You would think the pirates would be best of the best. So we haven't been shown this, but we can infer before she got powers that she was a competent fighter, right? Because the Amazons are all trained at a certain level, probably 9. We'll say 9 out of 18. The Amazons are all trained at 9 minimum. That's a minimum, straight out the box, off the factory assembly line. Amazon is a 9. With experience, they get higher. So, she starts off with a 9, but then she's a pirate. The pirates are actually going out there and seeing action, and as a kid, she was already on a pirate ship. So, I'm going to give her an 11 for fighting. Bottom line, right? So, I think that's reasonable. Now, trustworthiness and loyalty, this is where we talk about how loyal you are to your populace. You're turning them into stone. You didn't want to turn them back. You're an asshole. You were mean to the kids who made you the little mud puppet. You're just an a-hole. You're not very trustworthy or loyal. So, we'll put this there. I do think that it's situational, though. I think to her sisters and to Luffy, she'll be fine. But broad scale, she's going to be a 4. Comedy. I detest this person, but she's funny. Don't get it twisted. There's 2 different things. She's funny. She's hilarious. That doesn't mean I like her. So she'll be a 13 there. Cool factor. Not really, I don't think. I don't think she's that cool. She's unpleasant. She doesn't have a cool design. Yeah, man. Like, I don't think she's that cool looking, to be honest with you. Or her swag isn't cool. She's not cool looking. And her attitude isn't cool. So, she's only 6 there. Cunning. Very cunning. Super cunning, I would say. Really knows how to manipulate situations. Yeah, she's been fooling all the people all the time for the most part, right? So, I think her cunning's off the charts. Magic. Pretty powerful. You can charm people to do what you want, and if they displease you, you can turn them to stone, you can bring them back. That's a hell of a punishment. Say you can't charm somebody, turn their best friend or wife or kid into stone. They do what you want, you turn them back. Perfect. The applications are endless. So she's really powerful. I don't know how it helps her in a fight, but overall, the utility, the flexibility of this power is pretty immense. So I'm going to give her a 15. So that's where we're at there. Not a bad start for a warlord. She's got one of the highest warlord rankings. In fact, she has the highest warlord ranking. Of course, I don't know a lot of them, right? Like for Flamingo, we know very little about him other than has he been upgraded? I don't think he's been upgraded, right? Because his magic is really powerful and he's only a 10. That doesn't sound right. So let's upgrade him real quick. Fighting, well, that was out of base. That was out of 10. So out of 18, let's go ahead and make it a 7. Comedy out of 18, let's go ahead and make that a 4. Cool factor out of 18. It's pretty cool, Eddie. I guess I'll give him a 14 there. Cunning of 18, I don't remember. I guess I didn't really know much, so I'll just give him a 4. Now, his magic is super powerful. We don't know what his limitations are yet. So this allows nuance. He was a 10 out of 10. But this allows nuance, right? So let's give him 16 instead of 18. Because I don't know what his weaknesses are. So we can't give him the full vote, right? Yeah, so there we go. And I think Dracul was the old level, but it was so long ago, I'm just going to wait till we see him again to find out about him. So I won't modify this till we see him again. Are we ever going to see Jen again? Like, damn, it's been a long time. 400 episodes, man. Where the hell are you? I guess it was the Sanji arc, right? Where are you, man? All right, well, we've only really been seeing Luffy lately. But I want to talk about this. Friendship. It's got to be an 18, man. Like, it just has to be an 18 at this point. Like, look, you saw how much it wrecked him when he thought his crew died. His entire identity is tied up in his crew. Same with trustworthiness and loyalty. I don't know why these are only 16, but the proof's in the pudding. That's why I wanted to do this in the first place. I was coming here to make these 2 changes. He has to be maxed out. Friendship and loyalty, he has to be maxed out. He's already maxed out in comedy. His cunning, I feel like should be higher in this. This is doing him a disservice. He's dumb in a lot of ways, but he's also street smarts in a lot of ways. So we need to get that up to 10. So there he is, right? I wish there was a compassion place, right? I wish there was something there for compassion. Because, my God, like he's one of the most compassionate characters I've ever seen. He's my favorite character of all time. And I don't know if I would have said that before this week. So, impressive. Just really impressive.